Continuing with the chapter earthquake, we are now going to cover the topic of measurement of earthquakes. Now, earthquake is measured by the instrument that is seismograph. Now, the Richter scale is the one that gives us the magnitude of the tremor. Magnitude means how powerful the earthquake is. Now, the Richter scale, it is measured from 1 to 10. Alright, now as of now 9.5 magnitude of the earthquake it has been recorded. Now there is a certain difference between the magnitude and intensity. Magnitude is the energy that is released by the earthquake at the focus, and intensity is the strength of an earthquake that is felt by the people of a certain locality. So wherever the epicenter it is, there the intensity is higher. Where the distribution belt of the earthquake is concerned, it is same as that we have done of the volcanoes. Only the fourth portion, interplate seismicity, that is different. Now to continue with it, the first one is the Circum-Pacific belt. Now this one is the more continuous, widespread, and the area where the intense and the high grade earthquake, they are felt. And it occurs all along the subduction zones at the convergent plate boundaries. Now it extends in the west from Alaska to Japan to Philippines, and it goes on to the northwest side of the New Zealand. Now most of the tremors or the earthquake, they occur around here, and about 66% of the total earthquakes of the world, they are recorded in this belt. Then we have the mid-Atlantic belt. Now this belt extended across the mid-oceanic ridges and many of the islands near the Atlantic Ocean. The Rift Valley of East Africa and Red Sea, they are the extension of this particular belt. Then we have the mid-continental belt. Now this earthquake belt extends along the Alpine mountain system of the Europe, Rocky in North America, and goes off to Asia Minor, then to the Himalayas, and then to the China, Myanmar and eastern Siberia. Now this is where the larger earthquakes, that is of the shallow origin and intermediate origin, they occur over here. Deep focus earthquake, they are almost absent, and nearly 21% of the total earthquakes, they are recorded in this particular belt. When two of the plates of the earth, they are in movement, then what would happen? The one would remain standing, the another one would merge down to it, would go down to it, creating the subduction zones. Now this is where the earthquake, it occur all along the plate boundaries. When two of the plates, maybe the Indian plate is colliding with the European plate, so that is where the earthquake, it is bound to occur. Now the zones of the earthquake in East Africa, Western United States, Peninsula of India, they occur because of this particular reason. More than 90% of the earthquake energy, that is given out when the plates, they collide with one another. Let us go through the consequences of the earthquakes. Consequences as in what are the effects of the earthquakes. Now along with the positive, we have got the negative one also, but negative ones, they include the building collapse. People, they might be trapped inside the building when they might be sleeping out when the buildings, they crash down, and the buildings, they get knocked off from their foundation, and the damage that can be prevented. Alright, like the country Japan, they have done by building out their foundation in a more stronger manner. Then landslides, they occur, and the whole of the ground is shaking, and it is common in the region of the Yangfold Mountains. And landslides, they occur, they will cause a huge damage where the human settlement, it is there, and they largely disturb the transportation system as well. Fire, they often break out following the earthquake. The land surface, it could be deformed, damaged, destruction of the human settlement, dams, bridges, loss of the human life, cattle life. Fire can be there, flood, landslide, then the disturbance in the underground level. So these are the adverse effects of the earthquakes. Now other than it, the loss of the property, huge loss of the property, that is there, damage to property, then the human lives, many people, they have been killed because of the earthquakes worldwide. Then the flash floods, suddenly the flood, it can occur because the dam embankments, they have been broken, they develop the cracks in them. Under sea waves, the seismic waves or the tsunamis, they can occur, like in the country of Japan, which is an island nation. and then more prone to these tsunami waves, which are very high waves. They tend to destroy whole of the coastal areas. Then maybe the impact of the earthquake, it is so large that the ground may rise or it may subside, it may go down. Then the constructive effects of the earthquake, it includes the formation of the geyser or the hot spring. Now, from by the point of view of the medicinal advantage, it is considered to be very good, the hot springs, because it has got the minerals that is mixed in the water. So taking a bath in it might cure many of the skin diseases. Then the coastal areas, it may suddenly rise up. The boundary of the coastal forming the bays, it can also improve the navigation. Then the earthquake forecasting. See, many of the times we can predict the occurrence of the earthquake in a particular region at a particular time, but still it is the force of the nature, a very sudden and a catastrophic event. So at times it cannot be predicted. Now Chinese were the one who started to predict the earthquake by the way of the ways of animals. Their certain behaviors, they let the Chinese seismologists think about the sudden event that is going to happen.